Hello everyone, Dr. Lean here. By now you should be familiar with the D2L and how to navigate it, but just in case, I created this video so that we all can be on the same page and know exactly what needs to happen for this course. You go to onestop.apsu.edu and you are going to log in. Have your information on the side. You should be very familiar with this process by now. And D2L, you're going to pick our course, which is 5090. Right, and I'm going to switch this over so you see the student view and not the faculty members view. This is your announcements page. I'll have announcements posted here throughout the term as things come up and you need information. Click on the content. And the first page you'll probably see the first time you log in, if you haven't already, is just the general information, your student resources, D2L access resources you could use, accessibility and privacy policy statements, and then this is just a brief bio about me and some information on me. If you click on week 1, you'll see right here that for each week, we have 7 successive weeks. Each week has a different topic, and each week has its own due date. So as soon as the course is open, you can go ahead and work as fast as you want. If you know you're going to be going on vacation and you want to work ahead, that's fine. If you are maybe you are a seasonal worker or a part-time worker, or you've gone straight from undergrad to grad, and you don't have a job right now, and you have time during the day and you want to work ahead, then by all means, go ahead and do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. The only thing you need to keep in mind, though, is that there are due dates for each week. So even though you can work ahead, you still have to meet the due dates for that week. So for week 1, you'll have the due date up here at the top, and that'll probably be at the top up there. Then you'll have course objectives listed under it. For the first week, it's a little different. I treat week 1 as though it is a true introductory course. I don't assume you know anything about social issues and management, corporate citizenship when you start this course. So week 1 is introducing you to that. Everything beyond week 1, weeks 2 through 7, they're going to have a different format, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But for week 1, log in, check on it. You're going to have your syllabus here. The syllabus is going to have all your important information you need to know about this course. And then there's a syllabus quiz right underneath that. The syllabus quiz is not meant to be hard. It is simply meant as a check to make sure that you have read the syllabus and any information you need to know, you have processed that and you understand that. By all means, please open the syllabus and look at it while you're taking the syllabus quiz. And I don't mind giving you a little cheat and letting you know that the syllabus quiz questions are actually underlined in the syllabus. So that's one way to help you find the important information faster. Then you have your first lesson. Click directly on that link. It'll take you to a lesson. It'll walk you through. I have videos embedded in that. I think there's a recorded lecture from me. Just know that any lectures that I have recorded and put on here, I don't go for more than 15 minutes. Some of them are less than 5 minutes, right? It's just a way to make sure that you're processing and getting what I'm trying to send out there and getting it in the right order and understanding the way I want you to have it. So after you've done week 1, click on week 2. What I will say about week 1 is, if you'll notice, it's really simple. This is a fast week. You could finish this in no time. This is probably truly and honestly less than an hour's worth of work for this first week. And that, again, is because I don't expect you to have prior information or have done anything prior to this first week of class for this class. Having said that, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you use this time this week and work ahead. Get ahead in case things happen at work or at home or whatever random things happen in your life that can slow you down. Get ahead, and that way you stay ahead and you don't have problems and you don't fall behind. So for week 2, you will see up here, we have week 2, we have the due dates on here, and you will see 3 sections. I think the D2L calls it submodules, right? So you have the Carroll submodule, the Friedman submodule, and the Carnani. What these are, they're actually 3 separate articles. So for each one of the submodules, you're going to read the article, you're going to have a lesson on it, and then you're going to have a discussion topic, a forum. You'll post discussion topics too. So when you click on read, there's your article. You can leave it here and read it here. I am old fashioned and I like to print things off. Part of that is because I like to highlight and underline and do all that. And the other part of it too is that I have been in your place. I have been a grad student working full time while trying to go and finish degrees at night and on weekends and online. So I know exactly what you're going through. I have been there personally. And what I found worked for me was I would print things off and keep them in my bag or in my car with me at all times, so that if I was in a long drive-through line or if I was stuck in traffic or whatever, I could use that time and read my stuff and get caught up and stay ahead. So there's your reading information. Let's go back to week 2. So you will read and then you will have a lesson. And please note that I call it a lesson, but the website calls it a quiz, right? So it is, again, I don't think of it as a task. I don't think of it as a quiz. I think of it as a lesson. This is me, after you having read the article, this is me walking you through the article and as best I can in an online format teaching you. And that's why I call it a lesson, not a quiz. So when you click on the lesson, we're going to start it. You will see that the very first question you get is, please copy your article summary here. I talk about your article summary in your syllabus, and it's in your syllabus quiz. For each article you read, you are expected to write an article summary. That article summary is not expected to be longer than half a page. I don't want 3 pages, okay? I want more than 2 or 3 sentences, but about 1 paragraph or half a page, right? Single spaced is enough. That's all I'm asking for. You can do it in bullet point. I don't care how you do it. It does have to be full sentences, right? It has to be grammatically correct. But this is mainly to make sure that I can see that you understand what you read. And the best way to explain this is to say that if you are having to explain this article to your grandmother who knows nothing about this, how would you tell her? You want to use simple, everyday layman terms. I need to know that you have synthesized and understood what you have read, and put that in here. So you will submit your article here. The best way to do this is probably, again, when I was reading the articles, I highlight and mark all over them and underline all that kind of stuff. When you get ready to do your article summary, open up a Word document, word processing, whatever your computer uses, and type out your summary there and then copy and paste it into here. That will be a lot easier. Plus, then you have your summary and you can save it in case things happen. Click on your next page. All right. Question 2, what did you find most interesting, unexpected, disappointing, etc. about this reading? The first 2 questions, the summary and this question, are the exact same questions. You will get question 1 and question 2 for every single lesson. So for all the articles you read, you will have the exact same question 1 and question 2. So my suggestion about writing your summary in a Word document, I would also suggest that as you are writing your summary, you know that you're going to be asked this question: what did you find most interesting, unexpected, disappointing, etc. about this reading? As you're writing your summary, pop down a few lines and say whatever you would say here. I thought it was interesting because blah, 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 blah. I didn't like this article because XYZ. I thought this was interesting because it tied into my workplace. And we did this one time and we found that blah, 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 whatever. You know, this is where I see what you liked and did not like about it. And it is totally okay to say, I did not like this article, or it was too hard, I didn't understand it. But be sure to give me a little bit more than just that line. Explain to me why you didn't like it, why you didn't understand it, why you disagreed with what the author said, why you did agree, right? And then copy and paste that here. We're going to come back to this in here in just a minute. We'll talk about the discussion questions. But again, it's a really good idea to keep this in a Word document somewhere when you do your summary so you can copy and paste it. And I'll talk about that here again in a second. And then you start getting into the article. So for the first one, you have a video that I'm going to talk about. And it's a video I made for you. And there's some questions. And it just walks you through, right? There's up there, page 3 of 8. It walks you through the lesson, right? So it's my way of getting you to understand what you've read. All right, so let's go back to content. Once your summary is complete, it'll give you a submit button. You walk your way through, right? And then you have your discussion question. Click on your discussion question. Really important, please note, do not start a new discussion thread. So do not click this button to start a new thread. Everything you do needs to be attached to this thread right here. Click on this and respond and post, right? We want it all to be in one place. When y'all start clicking on this button, we end up with 40 different discussion posts in different places. So click on here and you'll notice that is the same as question number 2. What did you find most interesting, unexpected, disappointing, etc. about this reading? If you have followed my suggestion and you have written down these 1 or 2 sentences on that Word document along with your summary, all you have to do now is go back to that Word document, copy and paste it. When you click reply to this thread, put your post right there, right there. Topic, right? So you are expected, if you'll remember from your syllabus quiz, you will take, right? And that's one of the questions on there. You are expected to post your comment. Remember, you must make your post. So this is what you found most interesting, unexpected, disappointing, et cetera, about this reading, right? And then you must comment on one of your classmates' posts. It is not okay to say, huh, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. Or wow, that was a unique point of view. You can say that, but then follow it up with some meat, right? I'm going to go through here and read and make sure that I see that you are giving thoughtful responses. I don't expect a paragraph. 1 or 2 sentences is more than enough. And I also expect that you are not going to be an internet troll and say mean or hurtful things about people's comments or posts. If someone says something inappropriate, don't worry, I will pull it off. If someone says something that bothers you or offends you, email me. Do not put it on here. Don't air your dirty laundry on here for everybody to see. So your discussion question, there are points associated with this. Every time you read an article, you're expected to comment on the discussion post or discussion thread, right? You post your response to this question and you comment on one other classmate's post. You are not expected to make more than one comment on your classmate's post. So you don't have to go through and respond 15 times to each person's post. That's not okay. You don't have to. If someone has something and you really want to make a comment on it and it's going to mean that you make 2 or 3 posts rather than what you just need, that's fine. Do that. But please also be aware, don't be that person. And we know what I mean by that person. Don't be that person that responds to everybody's comments and takes up all the space, right? Leave room for your classmates to go in there and make posts and comments as well. All right, so that's week 2, right? There it is. Read, lesson, discuss, read, lesson, discuss, read, lesson, discuss. I'm gonna jump ahead to week 7. The exact same thing. Week 7, due by March 7th. Read, lesson, discuss, read, lesson, discuss, right? It's this way for a reason. I know it probably after a while, it's going to seem kind of boring. It's the same thing every time. But with online courses, it needs to be simple and direct. And I want you to know exactly what you're supposed to do. I know the first week's going to be a little kind of touchy. You're trying to figure out what's expected and what you need to do. But beyond that point, I don't want there to be any questions or concerns. I don't want you to be anxious about this class at all. You will also notice that there are no papers due. There are no exams with this class. I am more concerned that you truly read this information and process it and learn. The only way you can really fail this class is to just not do your work. And that seems silly and it seems simple, but I promise you people fail this class all the time. So don't get behind. If you know that you are going to need to be out and you need some help with getting behind, if you're behind on work or you're going to miss work or whatever, that's fine. Message me, let me know. I am an adult. I have children. I have been where you are. I completely understand. Life happens. If you tell me ahead of time, I will do my best to work with you. What I will not do, however, is if you message me at 11:30 because it's due at midnight on January 31st saying your computer broke down or you couldn't get this done or whatever excuse you have for me. I can go in and I can access every single person's records and I can see what time you log on. I can see what you do. I can see how long you spend on an activity. I can see all that, right? So almost always before I respond in those situations, I pull your activity log and I check that stuff, right? And if I feel like you have just waited to the last minute to do an assignment, I'm not going to give you the extra time, right? If you message me the day after it was due, oh, Dr. Lean, I'm so sorry, I forgot this and this and this. You've had 7 days to complete this assignment. So waiting until the last minute to complete it, again, I understand life happens, but you have got to plan accordingly, which is why I'm telling you now in week 1, start working ahead, get ahead. If you are someone who does want to work ahead and it's week 1 and by the end of week 1, you are already on week 5, hey, good for you. That is more power to you. And if you want to get everything done by 3 weeks and take 4 weeks off and not have to worry about something to do till the next term, that's great. Keep in mind though, that you have to comment on your classmates' posts at least once, right? So if you get all the way ahead to weeks and you have finished, maybe make notes in your calendar somewhere, some reminders, email yourself, however you want to set it up. so that you remember to go back and make those comments on your classmates' discussion posts so you don't miss out on those points. This is not meant to be an easy course. I'm sorry, this is not meant to be a hard course. This is a management course. We're talking about being kind to people, being good managers, being aware of what's going on in society, and doing your best to help out in the ways that you can with the business you're in. So it's one of my favorite courses. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you. And I am looking forward to getting to know you through your comments and through your posts. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy the class.